Don't know what this poor shepherd thinks of himself. He will always stay humiliated. Adil, the time has come for you to receive the reward of your truth. I am not an ordinary man. I am the special advisor of the Sultan. Long ago, when people lived in mud houses and lived simple lives, there was a poor young shepherd named Adil who lived on the edge of a small village. He was hardly 18 to 20 years old, wore a simple turban, broken slippers, and every morning took his goats up the hill for grazing. He had no wealth, only an honest heart and deep trust in God. His mother was sick, and his father had died long ago. Adil worked all day herding goats, and on his way home collected dry wood so he could light the fire at night. At home there was usually only dry bread to eat, yet never once did Adil complain. Every night he would stroke his mother's forehead and say, "Mother, Allah is with us. These goats will change our fate one day." Some rich men of the village mocked him. "Look at this goat boy. He dreams like goats will make him a king." But Adil only smiled. He knew that respect comes only from God, and honesty never goes to waste. The mysterious stranger. One day on the hill, Adil met a strange elderly man. Long white robe, glowing face, and an old wooden staff. He looked tired. Adil quickly took out the dry bread from his bag and said, "Eat this, Baba. This is all I have, but it is halal." The old man smiled, ate the bread, and said, "Son, your heart is pure. God is watching you. One day your honesty will raise you very high." These words echoed in Adil's heart all night. The test of honesty. Next morning clouds filled the sky, and the wind carried strange tension. When Adil reached the fields, he saw one of his goats had entered the landlord's crops and damaged them. The landlord was furious. "Whose goat is this? My whole crop is ruined." Adil stepped forward quietly. "It is mine, sir. Forgive me." The landlord mocked him. "A poor shepherd. You don't even have proper slippers, and your goat ruined my crop. If you're truthful, give me your best goat. Otherwise, I'll call the council and throw you out of the village." The goat he demanded was the best one, the only hope Adil had for milk and for his mother's medicine. Adil's eyes filled with tears, but he lowered his head and handed him the rope. "If this calms your anger, take it. But I will not lie, nor argue." Silence spread. Everyone expected Adil to fight or refuse, but he chose truth. The landlord's face changed. His eyes softened. He returned the goat. "Son, I was testing you. You passed." He took out a paper, written by the same stranger from the previous day. "He is my teacher. He sent me to find an honest shepherd. And I found you." The call of the Sultan. Life went on. Adil continued his simple life. People who mocked him now respected him. One day the village watchman came running. "Adil, you've been summoned by the Sultan." Adil froze. "The Sultan? Why?" Soon royal guards arrived, and with them the same old man he had fed dry bread to. The man smiled. "I am not ordinary. I am the chief advisor of the Sultan. I was searching for a righteous man. The Sultan wants you to teach his children truth and hard work." Adil trembled. "I am only a shepherd." But it was God's plan. In the palace glittered with gold and silk, yet Adil entered wearing the same torn slippers and old kurta. The Sultan smiled. I have seen many scholars and wealthy men, but none like you. You have wealth no one else has, honesty, patience, and trust in God. Adil began teaching the Sultan's children. He still drank water from a clay cup, still sat on the floor, and still lived simply. When someone asked why he didn't change his clothes, he said, "Goats never cared about my clothes. My mother's prayers never depended on clothes. I earned respect with character, not appearance." Slowly, the prince and princess changed. They prayed, fed the poor, and avoided lies, the conspiracy. But jealousy rose in the palace. Old ministers plotted against him. They planted a stolen ring in Adil's room and accused him. The Sultan, though hurt, gave Adil 3 days to prove his innocence. Adil prayed the whole night. "O Allah, I have never lied. You know I am innocent. Save me from this injustice." That night the real thief was caught, a servant hired by jealous ministers. Sultan cried in regret and announced, "Adil is not just the teacher. He is now my chief advisor. Bigger sins, bigger sufferings. But darkness grows where light spreads." A foreign merchant named Kashif arrived. He mocked Adil's simplicity. "A chief advisor with broken slippers?" Adil smiled. "My slippers may be broken, but my conscience is intact." Kashif burned with hatred. He forged a document accusing Adil of stealing land. The Sultan, confused and hurt, temporarily suspended Adil. Again Adil prayed, "O Allah, I fear losing you more than losing the world." Soon the truth came out, the forgery was exposed. Kashif was arrested. The Sultan apologized. "Forgive me, Adil. I failed you." Adil replied, "Justice isn't about winning or losing. It is about recognizing the truth at the right time." The Sultan then declared, "Adil is now the noble governor of this kingdom, the shepherd who became a king." Even with power, Adil changed nothing. Same clothes, same humility, same broken slippers. He visited the poor, prayed with the people, and lived as a servant, not a ruler. The Sultan fell ill and died. His will declared, "Adil will be the next ruler." Adil cried, "I never raised a stick on goats. How will I rule people?" But God had chosen him. He wore the crown, but his heart remained that of a shepherd. The final test. Years later, a letter came from the old village. The mosque where Adil once prayed as a shepherd had fallen into ruins. They requested him to lead one last prayer there. Adil left the palace silently that night. He reached the broken mosque, made ablution, and led the prayer. His final prostration was long, very long. When people moved forward, Adil had passed away. In his last prostration, meeting the Lord he trusted all his life. No golden coffin, no royal parade, only tears, prayers, and love. On his grave, a single stone read, "Here lies the shepherd who guarded goats, and through his honesty became a king."